A very good afternoon to one and all. This meeting is the first meeting that is scheduled for the examination scheduled during November-December 2020. Because of very many reasons, we could not conduct this November-December 2020 examinations on time. Now that we are ready, we have prepared ourselves. We are going to start from the 1st February to 17th February. We have scheduled the regular on-roll candidates examination for five batches, starting from 8 o'clock. 8 to 9 will be the first batch, 10 to 11 will be the second batch, 12 to 1 the third batch, 2 to 3 the fourth batch, and 4 to 5 the last batch. So as against last terminal semester examination, this semester also we are going to conduct it as 5 batches. So this will be starting from 1st February to 17th February. The schedule for the same has been published last week, and yesterday we have also published the instructions to the candidates and general instructions in the student web portal. For this particular November-December 2020 examinations, we have identified the service provider by following our standard procedures. So first facility is secured exam browser, where the student who is taking up the examination will not be able to switch between browsers, or he'll not be able to open other applications. So that is the terminology, secured exam browser. The second is an exclusive mobile app has been developed. So students who are taking up their exams using their mobile phones need not go through the browser. Rather, they can write it up in the mobile app itself. So the facility is under testing now that we will shortly publish that mobile app in our.
Thank you, sir. Now the session is being handed over to Nitin Nankani from Bangalore. He will run us through the entire proctoring workshop. Please watch.
Important stuff here because on a daily basis there will be new events getting created, which you as a proctor have to select in order to go and monitor the candidates who are taking examinations in a particular event. For example, this is how the landing page or the event selection page of the proctor looks like. Just after the login, proctors will be landing into this page, and there is a placeholder to select the month, though, because it's going to be all the examinations of Anna University are going to be in the month of September only. So this is likely not to be selected. You will not be bothered with this. After that, what you will be doing is selecting of date. This is a placeholder to select the date. You click on 10th, 10th will be selected. You click on 15th, 15th will be selected. Like that, there will be dates for you as a proctor to select from. Once you select the date, there will be set of events available here which are active for this date. For example, here on Tuesday 15th of September, I have dry run, DSU dry run, 15th September, internal dry run, DSU live exams or events active. I can select any one of it. Suppose in this scenario, I have selected internal dry run, and that gets enabled here. Once it is enabled here, you can just have a look at it. Internal dry run, if you see the same internal dry run here, you can click on this blue color arrow button, which will take you to the next page, which is the main proctoring dashboard. I'll repeat, in this landing page, you have to select the date. From the date, you'll get list of events. From the events, you click on this arrow button, blue arrow button, and you get into the event. Once you get into proctoring dashboard, this is where you can start seeing all the candidates who are assigned to you as a proctor. So each candidate will be assigned to one proctor at the time of examination, and that proctor will be able to see the live feed of the candidate, what he or she is doing during the examination. In the live dashboard for the proctor, the important things which are available for a proctor is to search a candidate. In case you want to see who is the candidate, you already know who are the candidates, then you can search the candidate. The second most important thing for you, or rather the most important thing for you, is to sort the candidate with different options available, and the most used option in your scenario will be newest first, where the start time, which is the second last option in the sorting, called start time newest first. You click on it and the latest candidate who has been assigned to you will be the first candidate, then followed by the next set of candidates. At a time, you will be able to see maximum 20 candidates assigned to you in this screen. Currently, there are not 20 candidates, that's why it's not showing up. But at a time, you can see maximum 20 candidates assigned to you in this screen. And after that, if you scroll down, see here, there is a scroll. If you scroll down, there will be a pagination. So there will be an option to go from first page to second page. In case if there are more candidates, suppose there are 21 candidates, so 21 to 40 candidates will be assigned in the, or will be shown in the next page. Another important thing for proctors here to note is that proctoring option here shown, the live feed of the candidate will be shown here. Can you hear me? Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, Nitin, we can hear you.
Okay, so the proctoring option of the the live feed of the candidate will be shown to you in respective tiles. If you see here, there are 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 active candidates who are taking the examination is shown here. And if you see on top, there is in progress status also getting updated. For the candidate, there are 3 statuses here. One is created. Instead of in progress, it will come as created. For the candidates who have just logged in but their remote proctoring session has not yet started, they are in the starting phase of the remote proctoring. The second important phase here is the in progress state. So when the candidate test is in progress, you will see the feed of the candidate, the camera feed here of the candidate will be moving. You can see the candidate making candidate face being moving here. And the third and the last stage is ended stage. When the test of the candidate ended, it will change from in progress to ended state. So these are the 3 important steps or 3 important statuses which you have to keep in mind. The next important thing to keep in mind is that if in the live feed there is no facial movement, I repeat, if in the live feed there is no facial movement and the status is still in progress, then what you have to, what this means is that during the, if you go inside and see the proctoring feed or the candidate feed, it will not be available. I repeat, it will not be available because the candidate examination has been interrupted. These interruptions are primarily caused because of 3 reasons. One is the interruption in the internet. Second one is the interruption in the electricity supply. The third one is some interruption in the device. The device may get conked off, and because of which the candidate will be left in limbo for some duration, for until the candidate logs in back. So these are the 3 primary important or most important reasons because of which the status will show still in progress, but the candidate feed here will not be moving. Video feed will not be moving. Going to next very important stuff or very important thing here is that when you are clicking, when you click from this screen, when you click on, say, suppose this candidate, I'll show you in the live demonstration how it works. But when you click on a candidate tile, you land into a candidate test taking, a candidate details page where primarily two important things will be available for you. Point number one, the feed of the candidate, the camera feed of the candidate. Point number two, the screen feed of the candidate. What the candidate is doing in the screen, what the candidate is doing in the camera. Okay, both the feeds will be available to you. And another very important thing for you is that you have multiple communication options here, but only thing that we have to use here is the chatting option. If you click on this small text area here, you click on hi and click on enter or click on this right arrow button here, the message will be sent from your terminal. This is your chatting box to candidate chatting box. This is the candidate chatting option. This option is primarily to be used for confirming about the candidate. The verification of the candidate primarily has to be done using this step. Once you land into this page, you will see who the candidate is, whether he or she is the correct candidate, and then you can type the message saying that confirmed, validated. Those details will be provided by the AUPOC. That same statement you can put the positive statement also, and if you see that no, it is not the right candidate, then you can either leave it blank or put a message which indicates that okay, this is not the correct candidate. So these are the details from the proctoring system perspective. And the most important thing during the live proctoring from your perspective is to ensure that your system has following things in place. There is a URL to check whether your system is working fine. This URL will be shared along with that other URL which says whether your webcam and microphone is working fine. In terms of bandwidth, you have to have stable and continuous, also uninterrupted internet connectivity in place. This is very, very important for you to have it. Otherwise, there will not be, means you as a proctor will not be able to proctor it. And in terms of browser requirement, you have to have the latest version of Chrome, Edge, or Mozilla Firefox installed in your system from which you are doing the proctoring for proctoring URL and proctoring dashboard and event selection dashboard to work perfectly. That's about it in the slide deck. What I will be doing now is I will be taking you through the real demo. Just give me a second. Let me log in. Can you see the login? Can you see the login page?
Yeah, Nitin, we can see.
Okay. So this is my login page. In this login page, I will be logging in as a proctor. Once I log in as a proctor, like it was told earlier, there is an event selection here. In September, as of now, to me, only one event is assigned on 17th of September, which is today. It's called Dry Run 17th September. And once I selected, it's auto selected because it's only one event and one day. Once I select this and I click on this blue arrow, I get into the proctoring dashboard. If you see here, there are 10 candidates available or 10 candidates logged in for me as a proctor. And if you see here, there is movement in this style, there is movement in this style, there is movement in this style. All these candidates are logged in as a real candidate. And if you see here, for this candidate there is no movement. This means that this candidate test has been interrupted. If you see here, there is this started case. If you see here, like I was telling you about, this status, started status, which says that the candidate remote proctoring session has still not started. So essentially after this, what I can as a candidate do is I can go to, say suppose I go to a candidate. What I can see is the time, whether it is a live session. The feed of the candidate is the default place where I land into, and the second important thing which I can see is the screen of the candidate. It's a picture-in-picture mode. It's called PIP mode. You click on this, you get the camera feed. You click on this small rectangle here, you get the video feed, the screen feed of the candidate. You can see what the candidate is doing. In case the candidate is not in this main screen, the candidate is in some other screen, that also you as a proctor will get to know about. The important thing here for proctors to do is, this is the place where you see write something here. This is a place where you can write. You can say hello student, or whatever the instructions are given by the university. You can type here. As soon as you type here, this will start coming up in the chat box of the student. Nihar, can you open the chat box once? Yeah, see, it started coming in the chat box of the student. If candidate types in something, it will start coming in for me also. One second. See, if required, candidate can also initiate a chat, and I can see as a proctor what is happening. I can also start chatting from here, and it appears. If you see here, Mukesh, can you go to the test taking screen? Can you go to the test taking screen from Nitin Gar? Pankaj? Yeah. If you see here, the top, on top, the message 1 has appeared, which means that there is some intimation from the proctor to the candidate, and candidate can then type, and all the communication will be established between the candidate and the proctor. The other important thing which as a proctor you have to remember is to do the sorting. Sorting you have to do from starting the newest first. So this is how the starting will happen for first batch. It will not have any problem. Another thing is, here you'll have pagination in place. If there are more than 20 candidates assigned to you, it will go to second page. 21st till 40, it will go to second page onward. So you can go from first page to second page using this option here. Another thing available as a proctor to you also, but I would request not to use it other way around, that from here also you can initiate chat with the candidate. You can say hello from here also, but the only challenge here is you will not be able to see what is happening in the candidate screen from here. You will only be able to see what is happening to the candidate webcam. You can only see the feed of the webcam. Important this one more important thing as a proctor to know is if a candidate is taking test from mobile. Important point to remember. I'll repeat. If a candidate is taking test from mobile, only the feed from the camera will be available, not the feed from the screen. This screen feed will not be available, only camera feed will be available. This section will look black in case the candidate is taking the test from the mobile. Rest all the things, chat and all will work perfectly fine for you. Please go ahead and use it. Few options as a candidate, as a proctor, you do not have to use. See, candidate tried to hide the camera, so we got this option. So you know that what candidate is doing. You can very well go ahead, type here and ask the candidate to enable the camera. Few things which as a proctor you do not have to do is do not end the test of the candidate. There is an option available here. Please do not do that. It will end the test of the it will end the test of the candidate, and candidate will not be able to start the test again. Please do not do that. And in case of camera feed, this video might look slightly longer, so do not worry about it. Because it's the candidate is taking test from mobile, it will look slightly longer. Okay, there is an important point here, which can be normally looked at after the test is the credibility score. There is an entity called credibility score. If you see here, 94.88% of credibility, which means that candidate has done some kind of changing, either changing this test taking tab, or the representative here doing was hiding the camera, or not looking into the camera, looking into left and right, or if there are multiple people in the test taking visibility, in the camera visibility, these are the different type of malpractice attempts which will be automatically detected and alerted by the application using its AI and ML algorithms. Okay, so these are the important points which you have to remember as a proctor and keep the things on. Very important thing, another important thing which you can keep a note here is that, see, this 100%, 92%, 82%, 88%, these are the different and credibility scores. These green and yellow boxes are the credibility scores which are shown to you. It will help you identify who is the candidate who is doing the most mischievous activities in the during the test taking. And also you can sort it using max alert and max alert high to low or low to high. But still, I think the most important activity as a proctor for you will be to sort the candidates using start time, newest first, and then indulge in the proctoring activity as required. A small option here also on the top is going to increase the size of this, and this event will get, the text event will get hidden. So this also you can use it if you want to have more visibility or more use of the test taking or the proctoring dashboard. So these are the options available as a proctor.
Thank you. Once again, all the best.